differentiation. This is how we're going to instruct. Each teacher doing what's best for each student. Yes, we're preach that. But then we measure things through standardization. So how in the world are we going to differentiate and then we're going to measure everything in this standardized way? And the response you'll get from that is, well, we believe every student has different ways of getting to the standard of excellence. And yes, everybody's going to agree with that. The problem is when you really take off your rose-colored glasses to look at how this standardization for success is measured, it's one method of measuring success. How well a student can answer A, B, C, or D on a standardized test. The very inception of those tests was designed by a eugenicist that movement inspired Hitler, who literally wrote about in his own biography, Mein Kampf. And that, to this very day, is what the College Board still uses, the SAT. Now, of course, they've made some updates to it over the years and tried to distance themselves from that terrible past. But the point stands that these tests, at the end of the day, are measuring how well someone speaks the language the test is written in, how well someone sits at a desk or a computer and processes things in A, B, C, or D. So it's one method of measuring success. So you're trying to standardize a definition for success, and you cannot do that. In the same way you can't standardize how to teach stuff, because we all have different ways of learning. We also all really have different languages and ways of explaining things and ways of expressing ourselves. And yes, I do believe that all children can be successful. In fact, everyone I tell students the first day is a divine miracle beyond my comprehension. But I'm sorry, you cannot measure divine miracles and wonders and children in A, B, C, or D numerical value. You cannot reduce the wonder of a human being to a numerical value based on an A, B, C, D multiple choice test, and then design our curriculum with a whole bunch of diagnostics and CFAs to keep monitoring if they're improving to get better for said test. It's fake. Now, it's a good start that we're going to differentiate how we teach and differentiate for each student. And yes, each student is capable of success, but please put down the bottle or the freaking cocaine and drugs to realize that a multiple choice test is not the standard for excellence. Sure, that is one way, and students that can express and do well that one way, God bless them, that's wonderful, celebrate that. But there are as infinite number of ways to measure success as there are infinite number of ways to teach so each student can be successful. So please, let's stop pretending that we can differentiate and then have one standardized way of measuring what success looks like. Instead, let's open it up to find an assortment of miraculous ways that each student can express their wonder to the world. And then maybe those students will feel more included in school, and teachers feel like they're being lied to by the politicians. Yeah, you did some really creative projects, blah, 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 you're special. But if you can't get good enough score on this ABCD test, then CEWL Vibes.